Last year, we literally grabbed him, so we really hijacked him, but thankfully he has been really amenable enough to agree to talk to us. So, Chair, Mr. Mashinini, thank you so much indeed for your time. Your impression, it's day 3. It's quite a very rigorous process of making sure that these elections are successful, but your impression so far?
No, we're very much pleased to see the progress that we have achieved at this stage, and we continue to assure the nation that we will uphold our commitment in ensuring that the outcomes meet the standard of integrity. And as we can see, everything is transparent, and the process is moving. It could have been at a better pace than what we have, but the fact that some of the things that are needed, for example, in terms of counting, most of the stations have completed the counting. But what we have now is we need the auditing verifications so that we are sure of the results that comes up. And then those things have to be captured at the municipal level. And people probably at this stage are tired. And later on in the day, we will see it again going up. And we believe we should be on track to make the announcement as planned tomorrow.
And just once again, Chair, so there was a commitment that by this time at least 90% would have been counted, verified, audited. Why this particular delay?
Well, as I said to you, there are a number of factors on the ground. Among them, it's the capacity. We also had some areas where probably the counting was affected by electricity shortages and blackouts. But at this stage, what I can say, technically speaking, the counting is almost complete. What is happening is that auditors are verifying the result, and then it has to be captured. So I think the human factor is at play, that we were not able to reach the ideal in terms of the target, but what ultimately is important, we will be announcing the results on time.
And Chair, what do you say to political parties? South Africans are champing at the bit and really waiting for that particular moment, but what do you say in calling for their patience?
Well, I think at the end of the day, all of us, we want to see the result that will be accepted by all the parties. So let us be patient. It's still early in the morning, and it's been a long process in terms of our personnel on the ground.
All right, Chair, I'm afraid that's where we're going to leave it. So certainly that is, of course, the IC Chair. So at this point in time, we want to welcome the SABC2 viewers as we just, certainly really just having such a very critical phase. But Chair, we'll bring you back. We'll bring you back into this conversation. So once again, Chair, let us look at the metros. So especially in the economic hub, a lot of people are waiting with bated breath to look at what's going to happen here in Tshwane, what's going to happen in Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni as well. So when are we likely to see like a picture there really just getting more clearer, as it were?
Well, I've just arrived, and as I pointed out, that usually we know that metros take longer because of just the sheer volume of information that needs to be processed. And the other thing is also it's related to if there are objections, then we have to attend to them. And so some of those things tend to happen in the metros. So your guess is as good as mine, but I believe we will deliver the results tomorrow. Now we will see what happens at the moment in the next few hours, in the course of the day, which of the metros move faster. I've just arrived, I haven't had a chance to have a look. You hijacked me on my way, so we will be having press conferences that will update all the details.
And just before I let you go, Chair, any lessons for this Chapter 9 institution charged with such a very monumental task of running free and fair elections in South Africa? Any lessons for this year?
we must remain humble. The task that we have before us is very intricate, complex, and it requires that we must remain humble and pragmatic in making sure that we don't let the country down. But overall, I think we have achieved what we wanted to realize, that the elections have taken place under the conditions that are conducive to free and fairness. Secondly, that those who wanted to cast in majority cast their vote, they were able to go and vote. And we have also noted, regrettably, that there were glitches that have affected some of the voters in isolated areas, and the Commission is very much concerned about that, and we extend our apology to that regard. And that's why I'm saying the biggest lesson is you must always remain humble. You know, it's not that when you've succeeded before, you should take that as if, you know, the next exercise would be the same. You know, there's always a new development, and that's the same, you know, the world over about elections. There's always a curveball here and there, but as long as we can keep on track, and I believe and I assure the nation that we remain on track, and we won't let the country down.
All right, Chairperson of the IEC, Glen Mashinini there. Thank you so much indeed, sir, for your time. So really talking about a lot of lessons that they've picked up during the course of the elections, and obviously quite a very monumental task now of making sure that they count and verify and make sure that the results also are audited. But of course, there has been a litany of concerns. The Chairperson admitting to some glitches over the new voting devices. But of course, the IEC has been at pains to explain that, look, from their side, that particular device that they really use for these elections, it's been working very well. But in some instances, obviously, it's been a cause for consternation. So, Desiree, we will certainly keep you posted. But I can tell you this much. More political leaders are starting to get in here. We'll be really just tracking down the commentary and also their sentiments as we reach this particular tipping point in these local government elections.
Thank you very much. And just to reiterate what Kaya said earlier, we welcome our viewers on SABC 2.